Brutal military campaigns and atrocities against minority Rohingyas in Rakhine State have forced Rohingyas to leave Myanmar in August 2017. More than 800,000 have fled to Bangladesh and extending the total number to 1.1 million. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina stood by the oppressed and gave hope for humanitarian assistance and promised them a temporary living space till they leave Bangladesh. Being a largely populated small country, Bangladesh is facing tremendous problems in providing shelter, food, clothes, health and education needs to the large Rohingya population. The camps in Cox's Bazar are congested, overly crowded and became polluted. Therefore, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, directed to look for a suitable place to relocate the forcibly displaced Myanmar nationals. Eventually, Bangladesh government has chosen Bhasan Char as a safer temporary settlement place for around 100,000 displaced Rohingyas.
Rohingyas are predominantly located in camps in Cox's Bazar, which is to the southeast of Bangladesh, our main tourist destination. It's very close to the Myanmar border. And suddenly we have an influx of nearly 1 million people there. So, space, as I said, was always a concern for Bangladesh. The camps were set up, they're there. But obviously, clearly, there are concerns that the camps are possibly one of the most congested, crowded camps in the world. So in order to actually, in the face of growing concern over the extreme congestion in the camps in the Cox's Bazar, and to avert any sort of health and other risks that when you have such a huge population, concentrated in a small space, the government decided to relocate in phases some of the Rohingya refugees to safer places. So in the first phase, we decided that the government decided to develop something. Again, I said Bangladesh is a small country with very limited space. So we developed this very almost state-of-the-art facilities in an offshore island called Bhasan Char, and following strictly the principles of voluntary relocation, we are trying in phases to relocate them. So far about nearly 19,000 of them have been relocated there voluntarily. And the rest are being prepared to move. So we have capacity of about 100,000 to be moved to Bhasan Char. It's a small island. It's about 13,000 acres of land there, all required amenities, proper infrastructure, etc., etc. Everything has been provided there. It's certainly a huge difference from the camps where they're living, which are basically very temporary, mostly in plastic and all that. There is no running water, no nothing like that there. Here they have uninterrupted supply of electricity, water, agriculture, farming plots, cyclone shelters, hospitals, community centers, mosques, everything. So it's leisure centers, parks, playgrounds, etc. So in contrast to the makeshift structures of the Cox's Bazar camps, the accommodation in Bhasan Char is extremely well built with concrete foundation. And we believe, there are concerns that it's in an island, but we know that they have been built on extremely firm foundation, concrete foundation that can withstand any natural disasters like cyclones and tidal waves. So these are pretty good ones. During the past few months, several high-level visits have taken place. It's very open. Anybody can come and visit and see for themselves what is there. We have had, delegations coming from the OIC. We have had a high-level team from the UN, which has been there. Then also some foreign ambassadors and high commissioners from Dhaka have also visited. And we also had very frank discussions with them. And from the very beginning, we wanted the UN to be very much involved in this because they have the capacity and the expertise in dealing with such humanitarian activities. And recently we signed an MOU, the government with the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, where UN High Commissioner for Refugees will be leading the UN efforts there and will provide humanitarian assistance to the Rohingyas who have been relocated to Bhasan Char. So, and we also have NGOs who are working there. different skill development activities, etc., also are being taken care of, given to the Rohingyas. The whole purpose is, while they live there, also to equip them with the necessary skills, etc. So when they eventually go back to their country, they have those skills.
Bangladesh, a large delta, has a number of islands in its territory where millions of Bangladeshis are living for decades. Bhasan Char is just another island with better shelter and livelihood facilities. Already, livelihood opportunities like duck and goat farming, fish cultivation, dairy product preparation, etc. have been created. Other than this, Bhasan Char offers pollution-free environment, newly planned and developed area, improved shelter and other infrastructure, less congestion, improved living environment, less fire hazards, no landslide, scope of income-generating activities, well-organized and coordinated humanitarian assistance, safe and secured place, and less chance of human trafficking. Bangladesh hopes that this facility would give them a better life for the time being before their safe, voluntary, and dignified return to Myanmar.
The Bhasan Char arrangements, as well as the arrangements in Cox's Bazar, these are all temporary measures. I mean, all along this very overpopulated, densely populated Bangladesh, we have given shelter to the Rohingyas, fleeing Rohingyas, on the understanding that they are only here on temporary shelter. And we believe that the most desirable and sustainable solution to the problem lies in the safe, dignified, and voluntary return of the Rohingyas to their homeland. And Bangladesh stands ready to work with the international community to make that a reality.